Hey, does the government owe you money? Well, the answer might surprise you. 6:33 now to a DACA update. The White House laying out its list of requests.
Are live here for the Burlington Discover Jazz Festival, and coming up, I'll tell you about a new component this year that's for your eyes as much as your ears.
Jennifer Sheehan is live in Shelburne with the details. And Jen, this chemical is a very dangerous find. Now, you may recall there was one just 3 years ago, back in 2014. I'm sure a lot of you parents remember that. Every year, countless packages are stolen off doorsteps and never recovered. But all thanks to social media, one man got his package back, along with a little something he did not expect. Andrew Adams tells us the details.
And again.
I knew it was coming every time, but every time I made that noise, it scared me. That was Jamie Tompkins reporting. Whew, made with love. Google has fixed its hamburger emoji. Thank goodness.
Obviously, it's been raining all day. We all know that. But inside venues like Halverson's Jazz Fest, it's alive and well. And for proof, let me show you. Follow me. We're going to go in here, and I got to warn you, standing room only. So we're going to come in here. I'll get the door for you guys. We have made it to the tarmac, and this is the plane that we will be riding on with Bernie Sanders. Our next stop, Minneapolis.
Now picture this. A few feet above my head, this was all filled with trash after years of people dumping everything from plastic water bottles to fashion mannequins. And then 70 feet above that, filled with water. Really, it gives you an idea of how many hiding places there are in these woods, again, because this is such a popular spot for hunters in the region.
And this is where we spend a lot of our time. It's the press bus following Bernie Sanders wherever he goes with a Secret Service escort.
On the first morning of fall, snow white foam coated military turnpike in Plattsburgh.
There was a truck that went by, and that's what happened. We come over here and this was on fire.
A snarled morning commute and a neighborhood spectacle.
Catalytic converter caught on fire.
All courtesy of this station wagon's smoldering remains.
You hear a small explosion, and the fire got bad enough to where it went right up the telephone pole about 3/4 of the way up.
The pole, though damaged, was salvaged by Plattsburgh and Morrisonville fire crews. But the car and everything inside of it could not be. Except what was behind the wheel.
He saved my life.
Virginia Bradley was inside of her car when it stalled out and ignited. And if it wasn't for an anonymous employee at nearby Northern Cakes Redemption, she wouldn't have even noticed the flames.
I was in the car, I couldn't see the fire, but he could. So he run right over there and opened my door. He says, "Get the hang out in a hurry." Well, I grabbed my mail anyway. Grabbed my mail, and I didn't know what was going on, but then I see what it was. It was on fire.
Virginia never suffered a scratch.
Doggone glad about that. He saved my life.
In her own way, the soon-to-be 88-year-old is coming to terms with her loss.
Volvo. You don't see too many of them around. Now you ain't gonna see that one no more.
As the foam settles, the day goes on, and all that's left is to focus on the silver lining.
It can only get better. Hopeful. Oh, yeah. Can't get any worse.
In Plattsburgh, Vanessa Misciagna, NBC5. It's morning in Cambridge. The sun barely breaking through the clouds over the village, and early risers at Smuggler's Notch get the mountain ready for the day ahead. It's the routine that is 60 winters in the making. And you can bet there's been some changes since, but some things and faces
He's always the first one
have remained.
dressed, first one
Good morning.
out there.
You all set?
They're ready to go teach.
Bud Conger
That's a beautiful blue.
has been skiing at Smugs for 59 years, almost as long as the lifts have been running.
The reason I missed the first year, Uncle Sam had me at the end of the Korean War.
And for the last 52,
To remember my own name.
he's been a ski instructor. Back in 1964, when movies were $1.25 and some rock band from the UK released their first album, Bud was doing the same thing he's doing today.
Does it even work?
No,
There's that attitude
that doesn't work.
that has the admiration of his coworkers.
Just knowing that he's not quite 20 years older than I am and still doing it, and it's really hard to be other than inspired by him.
He can still rip down a black diamond like somebody who's been skiing over 50 years.
To his grandson, who's now following in his tracks.
Pretty incredible. My aspirations to be a teacher of high-level lessons and terrain park stuff, tricks and all that, and I feel like I have high standards to live up to.
High standard.
Steer it
That translates
and go down the hill.
into effortless teaching.
He's all right. He's very good at what he does and not afraid to tell me I'm not doing it right either.
Even first-time students can see.
So we're pushing against the front of the boots.
You can tell he loves it. He enjoys it.
His instruction and that laugh, both having the power to inspire.
He gives us hope for the future.
And I hope to God I'm skiing as long as, as he is.
I'm just a little old guy.
And as he hopes for another 52,
Knock on wood.
he continues to prove
As long as I feel good and they'll have me back.
that the fountain of youth
So you let the ski still get down the hills.
may have been frozen all along.
Bud is proof that this is a lifelong sport.
In Cambridge,
I think Bud is a treasure.
Vanessa Misciagna,
We're fortunate enough to have him at Smuggler's Notch.
NBC5. Where do you go to escape the world?
Every time I can, at least 2-3 times a week.
Come here, and you might find a little peace.
I don't like being away from here.
They're super sweet, want to please, all up in your business.
Spend some time with these faces. With Sir Loxley. Or Rosie.
They just have that love me look.
Or
This is Deacon.
Deacon.
He's my savior.
Listen to those who come here, and you can figure out there's just something
This is my sanctuary.
about
This
place.
is my holy place. That's all I can think of.
This is the home of Native Heart Healing.
Just recently started our 501(c), and what my goal is to help people with emotional needs.
Founder Peggy Murray is a horse trainer of 30 years and uses a very special type of breed, the gypsy horse, to help her clients heal emotional wounds.
And I get somebody that's either having a bad day or emotional day, these guys adjust themselves to take care of that person.
He knows. He knows when I'm down.
Sharon Hurlbert knows.
He knows it gets a kiss.
Past abuse that she had suffered led her to Peggy's horses.
And I've always had anxiety and depression. I was taking meds for it. Since I've been here with these guys, I don't need my meds as much.
She comes to heal. She comes to feel safe.
When I'm here, the past is gone. And all I have to look for, it's just these guys.
Tiana Roberge, she feels it too.
Yeah.
A connection
She's in her happy place.
that her mother Lisa knows is undeniable.
Oh, thank you, Sholoxy Kissy Kiss.
It helps her
yeah.
to just, I think, actually feel more whole.
In this place, Tiana's autism and physical challenges are replaced with unconditional love.
The heart connection is big.
I love him because he's a good horse and he
loves you, right,
he
honey?
loves me, yeah.
Yeah.
They can come, hang on to these gentle giants, and just forget for a few minutes and just be okay.
And for Peggy, the idea to begin Native Heart Healing began with one person.
A year ago, my mom was diagnosed with leukemia. And she came out and she hung onto the horse and it got her through it.
Peggy's mother, Tiana, Sharon, all different struggles, but all come to this place.
Give these horses a chance to help heal you. Because they will.
It's hard to find an explanation.
They're touched by...
But for those who know...
All I can think of is they're touched by God. They were sent here to protect us and to take care of us.
These animals have helped them find peace.
If you want a place where you can just escape the world, get lost, talk to somebody that won't talk back, won't judge you, won't do anything, this is the place. This is the sanctuary. I don't know how to put it in words.
Come on, baby.
No words for how these animals do it. Just a feeling that this place is where hearts come to heal.
I love you too.
In Bristol.
You're a good horse.
Vanessa Misciagna.
And a funny one.
NBC5. There's something about music that can bring you into a moment.
I'm singing for, 2 hours a day.
Make you feel something.
Proves how I feel about myself and how I feel about the art that I can create.
Even make you forget that you're in high school.
You can be part of chorus class and you know that everything else can go away.
Louis Catania and Abby Wolf aren't alone. A third of Saranac Lake high schoolers sing. Ask them why, and they'll most likely point to the man.
I'd like you to try it holding but only referencing music.
Behind the music.
You gotta float like a soprano, sting like an alto. T, da.
That man is Drew Benware.
And go!
Director of Choral Activities.
It's a neat moment when your passions and your innate abilities unify. And I think that's where a calling starts.
A calling he's been quite actively living out at Saranac Lake since 2003. Not just heading the department, oh no, but conducting a chorus, a choir.
I also teach 5 periods of small group vocal instruction.
Oh my goodness.
I have select vocal ensembles.
Drive.
And then the musical, I'm the music director for that.
I think the secret is he does go to bed really early.
I actually pride myself in getting a minimum of 8 hours a night.
It's pretty remarkable.
A remarkable effort Principal Joshua Dan sees pay off.
He will challenge them, he will question them, he will get the most out of them.
But more important than the music.
17, 18? 18, watch out world.
Is the connection.
He'll see you in the hallway and I'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
But he means it.
There was a time sophomore year when I was having some, anxiety, trouble getting to school, and Mr. Benware said, you know what, Louis, why don't you come and have coffee with me this afternoon?
It's a way for them to see me as a person other than the persona of choir director.
Really showing that he cares about us is what makes him so special.
Leaving students with a resounding lesson even after the last note is sung.
At the end of every single rehearsal, he tells us, be good, be happy.
Be proud of who you are. It's important for all educators to remember that we're educating the whole child.
And he doesn't just say it, he lives it.
They are facing real challenges. So music can be the escape, and it can also offer them a window into a life full of possibilities.
It's that philosophy that has earned him a spotlight on a very big stage.
Honestly, it was a bit of disbelief. I thought, who could be playing this prank on me?
Out of 2,000 music teachers, Benware is one of 25 semi-finalists for Music Educator of the Year, a nationwide award put on by the Grammys. Yep, those Grammys.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. He deserves it more than anyone else I could think of.
He was nominated by the family of a former and current student.
To see that they really supported me in this regard was really humbling and continuing to motivate me to be better.
But the support for him echoes throughout the halls.
We're all behind him.
That was really cool, Sully.
Music is his thing that he does, teaching us music, and he's the most deserving person that I know to earn that award.
It's all up to the judges now, and a winner will be named in December, but no matter the outcome, Benware says he'll remain focused on the present.
Music is this present moment, and the note that you're singing now, while we're aware of what happened and what is to come, all you can control is this moment here.
Leading his students in the moment through music.
I'll often stop the choir and say, I hope that someday you find a career that brings you as much joy as this.
In Saranac Lake, Vanessa Misciagna, NBC5.